Itzhak Gelerenter, Amit Buskila and Shani Louk were all killed at the Nova Music Festival on October the 7th and their bodies taken into Gaza. On Thursday night, the Israeli military recovered their corpses during an operation in the city of Rafah.
They were celebrating life in the Nova Music Festival and they were murdered by Hamas. We will leave no stone unturned. We will do everything in our power to find our hostages and bring them home. We will not rest until we do.
The video of a lifeless Shani Louk being abducted by Hamas terrorists and put onto the back of a truck became one of the most infamous images of that dark day. Her brother spoke to Sky News last year.
It was so hard to actually see this brutality, even though in our countries we know that they can reach to this level of non-humanity. They just spit on her and treat her like she's such a nothing. She means nothing for them.
Israeli forces are slowly pushing deeper into Rafah despite international opposition. One reason is because they are convinced that many of the hostages are being held there. The discovery of the 3 hostages, albeit dead, will perhaps give them confidence that more can be found there. 2 months after it was first announced, and after a few weeks' delay, the first lorries of aid drove off the new US floating pier in Gaza. British aid, including thousands of temporary shelters, was on board the first shipment to arrive. The causeway stretches a few hundred meters from the shore. US forces will not set foot on Gaza, but the aid will first be secured by the IDF and then delivered by the United Nations. This is a new route for aid into Gaza, but the land crossings remain the best way of getting aid in. They are controlled by Israel, though, and not always open. Aid agencies are now warning of an epidemic as summer temperatures rise, there is little fresh water, and human waste runs like rivers in the streets.
As much as we need aid in getting into Gaza, we also need this war machine to stop so that we can save our lives and we can work as humanitarian aid workers more safely and reach all people who are in dire need for aid as well.
Only a few kilometers inland from the port, the fighting is heavy. Israeli forces have returned to northern Gaza as Hamas has regrouped there. There were reportedly 30 people in this house in the Jabalia refugee camp. 6 bodies were pulled from the rubble. The rest are still thought to be underneath. The new pier might bring some hope, but many Gazans see the US Navy ships and don't understand why the Americans are giving them aid at the same time that they're giving Israel weapons. Especially as right now, this war shows no sign of ending anytime soon. Alistair Bungle, Sky News, in Jerusalem.